is day 8 of the Rise Up Challenge, spreading positivity and love, trying to change the trajectory of social media. Yes, I am in the car again. I am riding. Hey, Dex. Ooh, I hadn't had a workout with you in a minute. I need to get up there and let you kick my butt. My mama would agree, y'all. I'm running errands with my mama. So, yes, I'm in the car, but she's driving. So, it's a little safer this time. But I'm not going to be on long because I'm tired and I got work to do. So, here's my thought process today. I've been talking about fear all month, and I was talking about 2 Timothy 1:7. I keep referencing that so you know where I'm coming from. And so the first 7 days I talked about fear, and I'm going to transition into power, because that Bible verse talks about God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So, first week, talked about fear. But a friend of mine sent me this Twitter clip with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, right, Mama? Is it Shannon Sharp? And he talked about, I more so was talking about how fear can cripple us. And he talked about how fear actually motivates him. So he talked about how he feared not being able to provide for his family. He feared losing. He hated to lose more than he liked to win. So some of his wins were more about hating to lose, and more about not fearing or fearing the negative outcome. So what happens if you don't try in life? What happens if you don't work hard in life? Then you miss out on things, or you end up in a life that you don't want, right? So I thought about fear as a motivator now with what he said. Fear is his motivator. And I also thought about fear in a way where if you're scared of something, sometimes that puts a fire in your ass to get up and get going, right? Well, I thought, and I got my mama sitting right here in the car with me. I just thought about when my mama's been scared, or anybody has been scared of a dog. And a dog comes after you, and you don't want him to get you, or you don't want him to bite you. So you react and you run out of fear. It's like that natural reaction to get up and go. I think about a sprinter. I think about, like you pushing past something that is coming after you. So if you look at it like Shannon Sharp did, and you look at it in a way of, thanks for sending me that nugget, Jarvis, by the way. But if you think about it like that, it's like, well, what's the worst case scenario? What will happen if you don't try in life? What will happen if you don't go after your dreams? What will happen if you don't walk? Well, me and Mama didn't feel like even going outside today, but we at least got a mile in. What will happen if you don't meal prep? If you don't eat healthy? If you don't, what are the results? You're going to be unhealthy. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to fit in your clothes. Then you're going to have to spend more money on more clothes because you're too big to get in your old clothes. Those kind of things. Let's be fearful of that, Let's have the fear of God, right? Like, we fear what other people think of us. Why? We should fear what God thinks of us. God put us here and gave us all dreams and stuff to pursue. Aren't we letting him down? Like, you got to think about it like that. And then that scripture talks about how he gave us power. He didn't give us fear. So we can push past fear and tap into our power to get further in life. We can tap into the power inside of us to think bigger, to act bigger, to do bigger. But that's definitely up to us, right? We have the responsibility. So all this week, well, starting today, I'm going to talk about power. What is power? Of course, when you can think of it in all sorts of ways, like somebody who's the CEO or the president of a company, or somebody who's over finances or has a lot of money. We always talk about money is power, position is power. If you are in position to make decisions, you have power. In prayer we have power. Connection with God, we have power. If you have power over your mindset, you have power in various situations as well. So my lives going forward are for the next week. I'm going to focus on that. What is power? Is it, when I think of power, I think of explosive athletes and sprinting. When I think of power,
that's dunamis.
I think of electricity. What'd you say, Mama?
Power in that case is dunamis.
Dunamis?
That's ability.
Ability, okay.
That's about ability. But the other power, which is mental capacity, is exousias, which is authority. It gives you got the authority to make that decision, to make that move, to make that change. It's another form of power. It's another form of power given only by God.
Look at Mama speaking the truth over here. Mama spitting knowledge to me today. So yes.
So just because you have dunamis doesn't mean you have exousias, because in a lot of ways, just because you're able to do something doesn't give you the right to do it or the okay to do it.
Okay.
So in other words, just because I might slap the shit out of you don't mean I have a right to do it just because I have the power to do it.
No, she did, y'all. No, she did.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did, because I ain't doing that in the I'm not doing that in the what they call it. I didn't. Jesus didn't tell me to do that.
Jesus didn't. That's right. Jesus didn't tell you to do that just because you can. And that's where the control. You have to have self-control. What is there a word for that? The self-control. We need something for self-control. That's why you have the self-control, because you may have power physically.
Discipline. It's called discipline.
You gotta have discipline. That's my word for the year, by the way. 2021 word for me for the year, for my word. Instead of picking like New Year's resolution, I pick a word, a theme for the year, and my theme is discipline.
Mine is applicable.
Applicable. Why is your word for the year applicable,
Because
Mama?
just because you can apply something to something, and even if it works, if it does not suit the case, that means it's not applicable. So you should not be doing it.
And more gems. Y'all see where I get this from? More gems. I'm the apple. There's a tree. It ain't far. That's so crazy. So yes, all right. We talked about fear, and that's not what God gave us. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power. And so I keep referring back to politics and political stuff, because that climate right now has been so rich, right? So what Mama just said makes so much sense, and it makes sense in the political realm. It makes sense in our personal lives. It makes sense in our professional lives. Just because you have the power to do something doesn't mean that it's something that you should be doing. Just because you have the power to slap that coworker that got on your nerves doesn't mean that you should do it. You also have the power to restrain yourself. So, but anyway, I digress a little bit. I'm excited to dive into that a little more going forward. Like I said, we're running errands, kind of busy, but keep that in mind. Hey, y'all. Jarvis, I tell Mama that you said, "Hey, Weezy," because she can't read my feed. But I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. It's day 8 of my Rise Up Challenge, and as always, I'll see y'all at some point tomorrow. Take care and be good. Be nice to others. Bye.
You put me